Standard BS Plays.
It's a Let's Play. Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ape Escape for PS1. Let me get to where you can hear me a bit better, or get it to where it's facing me more, the mic. So anyway, yeah, let's get things started. Yeah, unlike the Japanese version, or the demo version at least, he was like, yeah, or something like that. I did that. Medieval Mayhem. Mayhem. It looks like an N right there, but it's a, I know it's a Mayhem.
Spike, we finally located Spectre. We don't know his exact whereabouts, but he's hiding somewhere within the period of the dawn of civilization. His army is growing stronger and larger, and he's finalizing his plans for taking over the new world. Transport there now and find him. Time is running out. Hurry!
I do find it kind of interesting that in this level, it's, despite it being medieval stuff, we're not in like England, or we're not in like somewhere like that. We're in like Japan or something. I think it's Japan. The way it looks. I guess some of my Asian countries kind of mixed up, or whatever you call them. But anyway, but yeah, like I find it interesting that they do that first. I think you gotta strike that thing like 3 times for it to actually die. Because it becomes a tree, or something. I mean, yeah, like that. I think it's like the 3rd time is when it actually dies. Let's test that theory. Yep. So anyway. Yeah, let's sneak up on these monkeys. If we can. Sort of snuck up on him. Ow. Whee. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you get them down. It's like, just kill their ears to get them down. It's like, well, you shouldn't have hit in the bell, right? Come back here. This isn't very realistic. Sometimes uncontrollable monkeys will just, like, go after the person. That's if they're not trained, though. I mean, if they're like just normal monkeys, you know, nature, and you just go with them, just like hey, and attack. But when they're trained, they can be quite sweet. Whoa, forgot about that. Okay. It also takes 3 hits, so for a second it looked like it was going to take more. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one down here. Because it's a bit harder. I think. Well, they may be equally, but that's because there's a bunch of lava down here. So I'm thinking it's harder. Alright. Good. There. At least I'm getting plenty of lives right now. Oh yeah. I don't know why I'm trying to climb on that statue. I gotta move that statue with a switch or something. Alright. Alright, let's see here. So, so this is a fun game. So get something going. Let's see. I have 3. I mean, I have 2 and 3, but like I have the PS4 port, or I have the 2nd game on the PS4, which is the European version. And I gotta say, I do like, okay, The way I found out that like every game has like different voices and stuff, like different voice actors for each version of the game. I found that out through Cat Icarus's video, where you know obviously there's different for like different languages, there's different voice actors, but in terms of like oh, there we go. I wasn't sure what was gonna happen there, but but basically, I thought that like it seems like Cat Icarus always favored, no matter what, he favors the European version of anything, even if it's just god awful. You know, it's stuff like that. Like he seems to favor it more. I think I'm gonna need that slingshot. I think there may end up being more situations where I'll need a slingshot, but it's not as painful to just switch to different gadgets like that. But anyway, it always seems like he just favors the European version no matter what, whether or not another country's version is just a lot better. I mean, yeah, he's got his own opinions, but sometimes it just feels like it's just because he grew up with it or something like that. Well, one thing, if he said something about the European voice European version of Ape Escape 2 with the voice acting being better, I kind of have to agree with him on that for the most part. Because like I said, I actually do prefer the European version of Ape Escape 2, at least in the voice acting. I mean, it's probably the same game anyway, but I actually prefer that over the English voice acting a little bit. Not that the English voice acting is just the worst, but you know, just I have played the and seen the you know, obviously heard the voice acting in the second game for the American version, but the European version just sounds better to me. It's because instead of like this, where Spike is a kid, but he's got like a deeper voice, they decided to go with a more accurate version of a kid that has a lighter voice. But I don't know. I prefer Spike over Jimmy, which is who's in the second one, despite looking very similar to Spike, like in terms of his colors. It looks very similar, but in terms of you know. So basically, I don't know. Now I'd have to hear the European version of 3. I've got a physical copy of 3, which means I have the American copy. Well, because I live in America, and that's gonna be the thing that I can work on my PS2, unless I'm on my PS2 or something. But anyway, but yeah. Whoa.
Yes.
Alright. Well, yeah, this is the room that I'm gonna have to come in later. But yeah, at least for the second game, I do kind of prefer the European version. I still want to get the English version sometime, because I need to play on the PS2, considering how this thing is when trying to set up a PS4 game, or trying to set up the PS4 in general. 25. Okay, so I got, let's see, 15 more to go. I had to think about it for a second. Oh yeah, I was gonna save it. Yeah, Spike is basically the mascot of the series. I mean, other than the monkey, in terms of humans, it's Spike. Despite not like appearing in every single game, he is in 2. Just makes a cameo, like a brief appearance, and he is in 3. I think he makes an appearance there as well. Let's see. He's in most of the games, but most of the games are in Japan. There's only so few here in America. There's 1, 2, and 3, Pumped and Primed, Ape Escape Academy, and I would sort of count On the Loose, but it's basically just a remake of this game. Yes. But, yeah. It's a remake of this game. So it hardly counts. But whatever. And I think there's one called Ape Quest. Which I never actually played before. I think it's an episodic thing. I was just never interested, but anyway, but yeah, yeah, I'm distracted by my cat making noises. What is it, Sylvester? So now this is China right here, as far as I can tell.